Hello, book enthusiasts, and welcome to Listen with Best Audiobooks. All our audiobooks are originally written, produced, and narrated by us. We don't reuse or repurpose third-party content. Every script, voice, and edit is made exclusively for this channel. Now, sit back, relax, and let's begin today's audiobook.
Chapter 1. Why Consistency Beats Talent Every Time. Think about the people you admire. Maybe it's an athlete, maybe it's a business leader, maybe it's someone from your own life who always seems calm, strong, and in control. What do they all have in common? It's not always talent, it's not even intelligence, it's not about being lucky or born with something special. It's consistency. That one word separates people who dream from people who do. It separates the average from the excellent, the tired from the successful, the stuck from the growing. Talent may open the first door, but consistency walks you through every door after that. You've seen it happen. Someone with huge talent starts strong. Everyone notices them. They have momentum, praise, potential. But then weeks pass, months pass. They stop showing up. The fire burns out. They fade. Now, think of the quiet one, the one who keeps showing up. Maybe they aren't flashy. Maybe no one claps at first. But day by day, they keep going. They grow slowly but surely. And one day, they are so far ahead that no one can ignore them anymore. That is the power of consistency. It is slow, it is steady, but it is unstoppable. Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they are inconsistent. They try something new. It gets hard. They stop. Then they try something else. It feels exciting. But again, it gets hard. And they stop again. This loop keeps people stuck for years, always starting, never staying. But when you become consistent, everything changes. It changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how people see you. It changes what becomes possible in your life. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Every time you do what you said you'd do, your mind gets stronger. It says, I can rely on myself. I am someone who follows through. And that belief is worth more than talent, because when life gets hard, and it will, talent won't carry you, motivation won't carry you, only consistency will. But let's be honest, consistency is not easy. It's simple, but not easy. It's not exciting, it's not flashy, it often feels boring. The rewards are not instant. No one throws a party because you stuck to your schedule for 7 days. No one claps because you woke up early or said no to distractions. But those small actions, repeated daily, create big wins. Every time you show up, you build momentum. That momentum makes the next day easier, and the next, and before you know it, you have progress. And progress creates motivation, not the other way around. People think motivation leads to action, but actually, action leads to motivation. Imagine someone trying to get fit. They go to the gym once and expect a six-pack. They don't see results, so they feel discouraged. Then they stop. Now imagine someone else. They go to the gym without expecting anything huge right away. They just show up every day. Slowly they get stronger. They feel better. Their confidence rises. After a month, they start to see small changes. That gives them more motivation. And that cycle builds something powerful. That is what consistency does. It builds a quiet kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't need outside applause, the kind that says, I'm becoming someone better, even if no one else sees it yet. Consistency is also what builds skill. Talent may help you start fast, but skill is built in the repetition. Every writer gets better by writing every day. Every speaker gets smoother by speaking often. Every leader becomes wiser by leading regularly. You cannot skip the practice and expect the prize. Let's take another example. Think of someone who wants to build a business. They start with energy. They build a website. They post a few times. But after 2 weeks, they get tired. No customers, no attention, no income. They stop. But another person starts slow. They post even when no one is watching. They learn. They adjust. They stay in the game. After a year, they have built something real, not because they were better, but because they stayed. This is the secret no one wants to hear. Success is boring, Not always, but often. It's showing up when it's quiet, doing the work when it's hard, building when no one notices. But here's the beauty. When you stay long enough, people start asking, how did you do it? They think you had a breakthrough. They think you had a lucky moment. But you know the truth. You didn't break through. You built up. Step by step, day by day. Quiet effort, loud results. There's also another benefit of consistency people don't talk about. It creates stability in your mind. When your actions are steady, your emotions don't control you as much. You don't panic when things go wrong. You don't chase shiny distractions. You trust the process. That trust creates inner peace, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you're doing your part. This kind of peace can't be bought. It can't be borrowed. It has to be earned, and it's earned through consistency. Now you might ask, but what if I mess up? What if I miss a day or lose focus? That's normal. Everyone does. The key is not perfection, it's return. The question is not, did you fall? The question is, did you get back up? Consistent people fail just like everyone else, but they return faster. They forgive themselves quicker. They get back to work. You can't lose if you never stop coming back. And here's something powerful. Consistency compounds. That means the longer you do something, the more the results multiply, like money earning interest, like muscles getting stronger, like skills getting sharper. It's not linear, it's exponential. In the beginning, progress is slow, almost invisible, but over time it snowballs. What felt hard becomes natural. What felt far becomes close. That's why most people quit too early. They give up right before the results were about to show. Don't be that person. Stay long enough to see what's possible. Let your life become proof that slow and steady really does win. Let people wonder how you became so clear, calm, and capable. Let your consistency speak louder than your talent ever could. Because it's not the most gifted who win. It's the most consistent. So if you're starting something today, remember this. You don't need to be the best. You just need to keep showing up. And when you do, every single day, you become unstoppable. This is the secret of all success. This is where your story begins. Chapter 2. Discipline is love in action. People often think of discipline as something strict, something hard, something that feels like punishment. But what if discipline is actually love in action? Not punishment, not force, but love. Love for your future, love for your peace, love for who you are becoming. You see, discipline is not about saying no for no reason. It's about saying no so you can say yes to something better. It's about choosing what you want most, not just what you want right now. And that choice, that daily quiet choice, is how success is built. When you love someone, you protect them, you guide them, you help them grow. That's what discipline does for you. It protects you from yourself, from your lazy days, from your distracted mind, from your future regrets. We think self-love is about comfort, but real self-love is about responsibility. It's saying, I care enough about my future that I won't let my feelings decide everything. Because feelings change. Some days you feel motivated, some days you don't. Some days you feel confident, some days you don't. But discipline shows up anyway. It doesn't wait to feel perfect. It just moves, and that movement creates results. It builds trust. It builds strength. When you live without discipline, life feels chaotic. You stay up late. You oversleep. You miss your goals. You feel overwhelmed. You don't know where your time went. You feel behind, and that creates stress. But when you add discipline, things start to settle. You know when to wake up. You know what matters. You protect your time. You feel more in control. And that brings peace. Not just outside peace, inner peace. The kind that says, I'm not perfect, but I'm steady. Let's make it even simpler. Discipline is doing the thing you said you'd do long after the mood you said it in is gone. You told yourself you'd work out today, but now you're tired. You don't feel like it. Your mind says skip it. Discipline says do it anyway. And when you do, you feel proud because you kept a promise to yourself. That feeling, that quiet pride, is what builds confidence. Not praise, not attention, not likes, but discipline. Every time you follow through, your brain says, I can trust myself. And when you trust yourself, everything changes. You stop overthinking. You stop needing validation. You stop doubting every step. You just move. Now here's the hard truth. Most people confuse freedom with doing whatever they want. But that kind of freedom is actually a trap. If you eat whatever you want, you lose your health. If you say whatever you want, you lose relationships. If you spend whatever you want, you lose your money. True freedom comes from structure, from discipline. When your actions are controlled, your life becomes free. Think of a river. If water flows everywhere, it becomes a mess. But when it has banks, clear lines, it becomes powerful. It flows with direction. That's what discipline gives your life, direction. And direction gives you power. This doesn't mean you can never rest. Rest is part of discipline too. Discipline doesn't mean burnout. It means balance. It means knowing when to work and when to pause, when to push and when to breathe. It's not about being hard on yourself. It's about being honest with yourself. Asking, what do I really want? And then living in a way that honors that answer. If you say you want to be fit, but you always choose junk food, that's not love. If you say you want to build a business, but you scroll your day away, that's not love. If you say you want peace, but you entertain chaos, that's not love. Discipline is love that says, I know this is hard right now, but I care too much to quit. I respect myself too much to go backward. I want more for me. And that's powerful. Now, how do you build discipline, especially if you've struggled before? Let's talk about it. Start small. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick one thing. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Read for 5 minutes. Move your body. Drink more water. Show up on time. Just start. Small wins build big momentum. When you keep a small promise, you build a pattern. That pattern becomes a habit, and habits become your life. Next, remove distractions. You can't stay focused if your environment is full of noise. Turn off the extra tabs. Put your phone on silent. Create space to think. Make room for what matters. Then, set your priorities. Not everything matters. Choose what does. Ask, what moves my life forward? What brings me peace? What honors my values? Then schedule those things. Put them in your calendar. Make them non-negotiable. Also, forgive your past. Maybe you've broken promises before. Maybe you've quit before. That's okay. That was then. This is now. Start again. Not from shame, but from strength. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest. Honest about your goals. Honest about your habits. Honest about your effort. And finally, be patient. Discipline is not about one good day. It's about many good days. It's about the days you show up even when no one sees. It's about trusting that the results will come. They always do. Not instantly, but eventually. Every small action adds up. Every moment of discipline builds something strong, something real, something that lasts. So today, ask yourself, what would someone who loves themselves do? Would they sleep through their alarm or get up and move? Would they eat to feel better now or to feel better long term? Would they ignore their dreams or take one small step today? Let your answer guide your actions. Let love guide your discipline. Because when you live with discipline, you live with dignity, with direction, with strength, with peace. Discipline is not a prison. It is your path to freedom. So next time you feel like skipping the hard thing, remember this: discipline is not punishment, it's love. And love never fails. Chapter 3. The Power of Showing Up Daily. Let's say something clearly right now. You don't have to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. But if you can learn to show up every day, no matter what, you will win in the end. Success isn't about doing huge things once. It's about doing small things daily. Showing up for your habits. Showing up for your dreams. Showing up even when no one is watching. Because most people don't lose from lack of skill. They lose from lack of consistency. And consistency only comes when you show up. day after day. Even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when you feel like nothing is happening. That's the power of showing up daily. It's not glamorous. It's not loud, but it's what creates transformation. Let's break it down. When you show up every day, your actions become part of who you are. You don't just try anymore. You become the writer by writing every day. You become the runner by running every day. You become the focused person by choosing focus every day. You become disciplined, not by talking about it, but by showing up daily. And with every day you show up, you build trust. Not just with others, but with yourself. That trust becomes inner strength. You start believing, I keep my word. I am reliable. I do what I say I'll do. And that belief is stronger than motivation. Because motivation comes and goes, but belief stays. Most people wait for motivation to show up before they take action. But the truth is, motivation comes after you show up, not before. You move first. Motivation follows. Think of brushing your teeth. You don't always feel excited to do it. You just do it. Because it's a habit. It's a non-negotiable. That's the mindset you want for your goals. Make them part of your daily life. Make them automatic. Make them something you do, no matter how you feel. Because feelings change. Rainy days come. Busy days happen. But when you show up anyway, you take back your power. Now, this doesn't mean you always have to do everything perfectly. Showing up isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, being in the game, keeping the chain going. Even a small effort counts. If you're tired, do a little. If you're distracted, slow down but still move. If you feel lost, show up anyway. Sometimes just being there is the win. And that win builds momentum. One day becomes 2. 2 becomes 7. Then 30. Then 100. And suddenly you've changed. Not because of one big move, but because of daily showing up. Let's be honest, life will always give you reasons not to show up. You'll feel tired. You'll feel discouraged. You'll doubt yourself. You'll want to take the easy road. But success doesn't come from doing it when it's easy. It comes from doing it, especially when it's hard. You're not always going to feel strong. But showing up makes you strong. It builds grit. It builds character. It builds proof that you are serious. And the world respects those who are serious. Let's imagine someone who wants to learn guitar. They practice only when they're in the mood. So they practice twice this week. None. Next week. 3 times the next month. What happens? They stay stuck. They never improve. They lose confidence. Now imagine someone else. They practice for just 15 minutes every single day. They're not amazing at first, but every day they grow. Slowly, steadily. And after a few months, they're playing full songs. Why? Because they showed up. Every day. Even when it was small. Even when it was hard. Even when no one was clapping. And that daily effort added up. You don't have to do big things to change your life. You just have to do small things every day on purpose. It could be drinking more water, turning your phone off for 1 focused hour, writing 1 paragraph, reading 10 pages, going on a short walk, saying no to 1 bad habit. It doesn't sound like much, but it is, because the real change happens in the small choices. And when those small choices become daily habits, you don't just get results. You build a new identity. You start saying, I'm someone who shows up. I don't wait for the perfect mood. I don't make excuses. I move forward. And people start noticing. They see the change in your attitude, in your posture, in your focus, and most of all in your results. But even more than people noticing, you notice. You feel proud. Not fake pride, but deep, earned, real pride. You look in the mirror and know I didn't quit on me today. That's a powerful feeling. It's the feeling of personal power. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need permission to start. You just start. Where you are. With what you have. Right now. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for a new month. Don't wait until you're less tired or more inspired. Start now. Start today. Start small, and then show up again tomorrow. Keep the chain alive. Let every day be a vote for who you're becoming. Even 5 minutes counts. Even one step forward matters. Because every great story, every success, is built on this one truth: they showed up. Every day. No matter what. Let that be your truth too. Chapter 4. How to win the war against excuses. Let's get one thing straight. Your biggest enemy is not fear. It's not failure. It's not even a lack of time or money. It's excuses. Excuses are the quiet lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. They sound reasonable. They sound safe. They sound smart. But they are traps. Soft, sneaky traps that keep us small. Excuses are the stories we create to protect ourselves from discomfort. They say things like, I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'm not ready. What if I fail? Maybe tomorrow. And slowly, day by day, these stories become our cage. We repeat them so often, we believe them. But here's the truth. Excuses feel real, but they are not truth. They are habits, and like any habit, they can be broken. The first step is awareness. You cannot fight what you will not face. So today, we face it. We name our excuses. We bring them into the light. Think about the last time you avoided doing something important. What did your mind say? Maybe you said, I'm too busy. But somehow, you found time to scroll or binge a show. Maybe you said, I'll do it later. But later never came. Maybe you said, I'm not in the right mood. But what if the right mood never shows up? Excuses feel good in the moment. They give us a reason to rest. A reason to stay safe. A reason to avoid risk. But they cost us in the long run. They cost us our goals, our growth, our potential, our peace. Because deep down, we know we're not being honest. And that gap between who we are and who we want to be, that's where the pain lives. So how do we fight back? How do we win the war against excuses? You start by calling them out. The moment an excuse shows up in your mind, pause. Ask yourself, is this the truth? Or is this fear wearing a mask? Most of the time, you'll find it's fear. Fear of failing. Fear of judgment. Fear of not being perfect. But remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite the fear. So talk back to your excuses. Answer them with clarity. When your mind says, I don't feel like it, you say, I don't need to feel like it, I just need to start. When it says, it's not the right time, you say, there is no perfect time. Now is the best time I have. When it says, I'll do it tomorrow, you say, I'm not promised tomorrow, I'll start today. These small conversations with yourself matter, because they train your brain to act, not avoid. Another powerful way to beat excuses is to change your environment. If your space is full of distractions, you'll make excuses. If your phone is in your hand, you'll scroll. If your desk is a mess, you'll feel overwhelmed. If you're always around negative people, you'll absorb their doubt. So take control of your space. Make it easier to win. Put your workout clothes where you can see them. Put your phone in another room. Write your goals where you can read them every day. You can't always control your feelings, but you can control your surroundings. And those surroundings shape your habits. Another key to fighting excuses is to simplify your actions. Excuses love to live in complexity. If your goal feels too big or too unclear, your mind will find a way out. So break your goals into small steps. Instead of saying, I have to write a book.
Say,
I'll write for 10 minutes. Instead of saying, I have to get in shape.
say,
I'll take a 20-minute walk. Small steps leave no room for big excuses. Because they're so simple, your brain has no excuse not to begin. And once you begin, momentum builds. And once you feel momentum, excuses shrink. Also, watch how you talk to yourself. Excuses grow when your self-talk is weak. When you say, I'm just lazy. I never stick to anything. I always mess up. You're feeding the excuse machine. But when you say, I'm learning to follow through. I'm not perfect, but I show up. I do hard things. You starve those excuses. You build identity, and identity beats excuses every time. Because when you believe you're someone who finishes, you act like it. Even when it's hard. Even when it's slow. And finally, forgive yourself. Excuses don't just steal time. They build shame. And shame makes you hide. You start thinking, I've failed so many times. What's the point? But that's another excuse. The excuse of the past. The past doesn't get to write your future. You do. You're not behind. You're just one honest decision away from being back on track. So take a breath. Let go of the shame. And take the next small step. Show up. Even if you don't feel ready. Even if you're scared. Even if you've quit before. This time, don't listen to the old voice. Create a new one. One that says, I'm not perfect, but I'm present. I'm not there yet, but I'm moving. I may fall, but I rise. And that voice will carry you further than any excuse ever could. Excuses may feel strong, but they are powerless against action. Because the moment you take action, you take your power back. The war is not outside, it's in your head. And now you know how to win. So the next time your mind whispers, you can't, you're not ready. Maybe later, you smile, and you show up anyway. Because that's how winners think. That's how you win the war. One moment at a time. Chapter 5, Turning Discipline into a Lifestyle. You've heard the word discipline many times. Maybe you've tried to be more disciplined. You've followed plans, set alarms, made lists, started strong. But somewhere along the way, it faded. You lost momentum. You missed a few days. You went back to old habits. Why does that happen? Because most people treat discipline like a short-term tool, like something you use when you feel motivated, like a push, a challenge, a 30-day goal. But the people who truly win, they don't just use discipline. They live it. They turn it into a lifestyle. So how do you go from using discipline for a few days to making it a part of who you are every day? That's what we're about to explore. Because when discipline becomes part of your lifestyle, everything changes. Your results become predictable. Your peace becomes stronger. Your identity becomes solid. Discipline is no longer what you do. It's who you are. Let's start with the truth. Discipline is built by systems, not just willpower. Willpower is like a battery. It runs out. Some days you have more. Some days you don't. But systems don't care how you feel. They guide your actions anyway. That's why building discipline starts with structure. Decide what matters to you. Then create systems that make those things easier to do daily. Want to eat better? Keep clean food in your home. Prep your meals ahead. Make water easy to reach. Want to move more? Put your shoes by the door. Block time for walks or workouts. Track your progress. Want to focus more? Turn off notifications. Keep a clear workspace. Set short focus timers. These systems reduce friction. They make the right choice, the easy choice. And when the right choice is easier, discipline follows. Now, let's talk about identity. If you say, I'm trying to be disciplined, your brain hears, this isn't who I am yet. But if you say, I am a disciplined person, your brain starts acting that way. That's the secret. Discipline becomes a lifestyle when it becomes part of your identity. It's no longer a goal. It's a standard. You don't say, I'm going to try to eat healthy today. You say, I eat like someone who loves their body. You don't say, I hope I stick to my routine. You say, I show up because it's who I am. This small shift in language creates a big shift in action. Your identity leads your behavior. So upgrade how you see yourself. See yourself as strong, consistent, focused, responsible. Then let your actions match that identity every single day. And here's the beauty. The more you act like that person, the more you believe you are that person. That's how discipline becomes automatic. Automatic. Another key is to track your consistency. What gets tracked gets improved. Use a simple calendar. Make a small checkmark each day you show up. Don't worry about perfection. Focus on progress. This helps your brain see the streak. It creates momentum. You won't want to break it. It's simple psychology, but it works. Also, reward yourself. Not with junk or distraction, but with pride, with presence, with peace. After a week of showing up, say to yourself, I did that. I'm becoming the person I said I'd be. That quiet celebration builds inner strength. That strength fuels more discipline. And it becomes a loop. Action, pride, motivation, more action. Now let's talk about something most people forget. Rest. Yes, rest is part of a disciplined life. Discipline is not about burning out. It's about balance. It's about knowing when to stop, when to breathe, when to recharge. If you push every day with no pause, you'll crash. But if you include rest in your plan, you last longer. Rest is not weakness. It's strategy. It allows you to show up fresh, clear, focused. So build your discipline around your energy, not against it. Make it sustainable. Not just impressive. Another powerful shift. Stop negotiating with yourself. Don't ask, should I do it today? Say, this is what I do, period. The more decisions you leave open, the more room excuses have to grow. So make the decision once, then follow through every day. Just like brushing your teeth. You don't ask if you'll brush today. You just do it. Apply that same logic to your habits. Make them non-negotiable. This reduces stress. It removes doubt. It increases action. Over time, you don't even think about it. You just do it. That's how lifestyle is built. And if you fall off because you will, it's okay. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being resilient. The bounce back matters more than the breakdown. So if you miss a day, don't miss two. If you slip, don't sink. Forgive fast. Refocus faster. Restart immediately. The faster you return, the stronger your discipline becomes. And finally, surround yourself with support. Environment matters. People matter. If you're around people who are lazy, distracted, or careless, it affects you. But if you're around people who are intentional, focused, and growing, that energy lifts you. So choose your circle with care. Let your environment match your lifestyle. Because when discipline surrounds you, it becomes easier to live by. At the end of the day, turning discipline into a lifestyle is not magic. It's not luck. It's not only for the few. It's for anyone who decides. Anyone who gets tired of starting over. Anyone who wants to build peace. Anyone who's ready to stop playing small. And that can be you. And that can be you. Start small. Stay steady. Stack your wins. Shift your identity. And before you know it, discipline won't be something you chase. It will be the way you live. Simple. Strong. Solid. That's the lifestyle you're building. And it starts now. Chapter 6. The Magic of Tiny Improvement. People think big changes require big actions. They believe success comes from one bold move, one breakthrough, one lucky moment, but that's not how it really works. The truth is, greatness comes from small steps, repeated daily, over time. This is the magic of tiny improvements. 1% better each day. Not 50, not 10, just 1. It doesn't sound like much. In fact, it sounds too small to matter. But it does. Because tiny improvements compound. One better choice, one smarter habit, one deeper focus, done over and over again, can completely transform your life. Let's break it down. If you improve just 1% every day for a year, you become 37 times better by the end of it. That's not a guess, that's math. 1% may feel invisible today, but in time it becomes undeniable. Think of water dripping on a rock. At first it seems like nothing is changing, but years later, the rock has a hole in it. Not because the water was powerful, but because it was consistent. That's how tiny improvements work. They create big results through quiet effort. Now let's be honest. Most people ignore small steps. They chase big ones. Big goals, big leaps, big results. But big steps often lead to burnout or disappointment because they're hard to maintain. Small steps, though, they are sustainable. They build momentum. They feel doable. And most importantly, they stick. Think about someone who wants to get healthy. They try to change everything at once. New diet, hard workouts, waking up early, tracking everything. But it's too much. So after 3 days, they quit. Now imagine someone else. They start small. First week, they drink more water. Second week, they add a 10-minute walk. Third week, they cut one junk snack. Fourth week, they add more sleep. Month by month, they change. Slowly, but permanently. Why? Because tiny changes are easier to stick with. And when you stick with them, they grow. Same with business. Same with learning. Same with mindset. Tiny improvements don't just change what you do. They change who you become. You become someone who moves, someone who builds, someone who grows. You stop being stuck and start becoming steady. Here's the truth no one tells you. You don't need to do more. You need to do a little. Every day. 1 extra page read. 1 better food choice. 1 more focused hour. 1 kind word. 1 early bedtime. 1 deep breath before reacting. These are the small wins that change everything. They don't make noise, but they make progress. And that progress gives you power. Because now you're no longer waiting for motivation. You're building it. You're not hoping for change. You're creating it. And you're doing it in a way that doesn't feel heavy. Fun. That's the beauty of the 1% rule. It respects your limits and stretches your future. Let's make this even simpler. Start by choosing one area of life you want to improve. Then ask, what's one small thing I can do better today? Not perfect, just better. If you want better focus, put your phone away for 1 hour. If you want better health, replace 1 soda with water. If you want to grow your mind, read for 5 minutes. If you want better relationship, send 1 kind message. That's all. And tomorrow, do it again. That's how change begins. Not with a storm, but with a drop that grows into a wave. And soon, that wave becomes a new life. Now let's talk about something important. Tiny improvements only work if you are patient. You won't see big results in 1 week. Maybe not even in 1 month. That's okay. You're not building speed. You're building stability. Fast success often fades. Slow success lasts. So be okay with slow, because slow is smooth, and smooth becomes strong. This is why people quit. They think slow means failing, but actually, slow means you're being real, being careful, being smart. It means you're building something that lasts. So trust the slow path. Walk it with faith, walk it with focus, and celebrate the tiny wins. Each small victory is proof that you're on the right track, because you are. Every 1% choice is adding up. You may not feel it today, but you will. Soon you'll look back and realize you are not the same person anymore. You're better, stronger, wiser, and it all started with something small. So never underestimate the power of one good choice, one small step, one quiet moment of effort. Those are the moments that shape your future. Not the loud ones, not the big ones, the small ones, done daily, done with heart. That's where the magic lives. So today, don't try to fix your whole life. Just improve one thing, one breath, one action, one thought, then do it again tomorrow. Because if you keep going, you won't need motivation. You'll have momentum. You won't need big change. You'll be the change. That's the magic of tiny improvements. That's the secret the world ignores. But not you. You see it now, and you're ready to begin. Chapter 7. Winning the morning every day. They say the way you start your day shapes the way you live your life. And it's true. Your morning sets the tone. It builds your mindset. It guides your choices. If you win your morning, you give yourself the best chance to win your day. Now let's be clear. Winning the morning does not mean waking up at 4 a.m. It does not mean doing 100 things before breakfast. It does not mean following someone else's perfect routine. It means creating a simple, powerful start that helps you focus, feel good, and take control. Most people start their day in chaos. They hit snooze. They scroll their phone. They rush. They forget their goals. They begin behind. And when you start behind, you spend the whole day trying to catch up. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can create mornings that bring peace, that bring clarity, that bring strength. And it starts with one decision. I will own my morning. Let's build that together. First, wake up with purpose. You don't need to jump out of bed like a superhero. But don't hit snooze 5 times either. Set your alarm and get up. Tell yourself, this is how I show respect to my future. Even if you're tired, remind yourself why the morning matters. You're not getting up just for the world. You're getting up for you. Next, take 5 minutes for stillness. Sit. Breathe. Be quiet. Let your thoughts settle. Let your mind wake up gently. Most people fill their head with noise the moment they open their eyes. Messages, news, notifications. But you are not most people. You start with peace, with intention, with control. This silence is your space to listen to yourself, to feel grounded, to start strong. After stillness, move your body. You don't need a full workout. Just stretch, walk, breathe deeply. Do 10 jumping jacks. Movement wakes up your energy. It clears out stress. It reminds your body, we're alive today. Let's go. This also boosts your focus, because a body that moves helps a mind that thinks. Next, fuel your mind. Read a few pages of something good. Write your thoughts. Say something you're grateful for. Your mind is soft in the morning, like wet cement. Whatever you pour in will stick. So pour in good thoughts, positive ideas, clear goals, not complaints, not worries, not noise. Even 5 minutes of positive input can shift your whole day. Now, plan your focus. What are the top 3 things you need to do today? Not 10, Not 20, just 3. Write them down. Say them out loud. This gives your brain direction. It says, we're not reacting to life today. We're leading it. Now let's talk about something powerful. Avoid the phone for the first 30 minutes. It sounds small, but it's huge. Because the moment you check messages, you enter someone else's world. Their goals, their energy, their needs. But the morning is your world. Your time to set the vibe. To build strength. To remember what matters to you. So protect that space. Let your mind wake up in peace. Let your soul stretch before you run. Even if you only have 20 minutes in the morning, use them well. Stillness, movement, mindset, planning, that's enough. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a consistent one. Something simple, something honest, something that works for your life. And here's the key. Repeat it every day, even on weekends. Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it. Why? Because you're building a rhythm, a pattern, an identity. You're becoming someone who starts strong, who takes ownership, who shows up. And over time, this morning habit changes you. You walk into the day more focused, more grounded, more confident. People notice. You notice. You stop chasing your day and start leading it. And here's a bonus tip. Add one small win early. It could be making your bed, drinking water, cleaning a space, sending one kind message. Small wins build early momentum, and momentum creates motivation. That's how you stack success. Let's recap in a real-life way. Wake up with purpose. Move your body. Feed your mind. Plan your top goals. Avoid the phone. Win something small. That's how you win your morning. And when you win your morning, you start ahead. You feel steady. You feel strong. You feel clear. And that energy carries into everything you do. You speak with confidence. You work with focus. You handle stress better. Why? Because your day didn't start in chaos. It started in clarity. So here's your challenge. Don't just wish for a better day. Build one. Start tomorrow by winning the first hour. It won't be perfect, but it will be powerful. And with each morning you win, you become someone who wins at life. One sunrise at a time. Chapter 8. Turning bad days into better ones. Let's be real. Not every day is a good day. Some days are messy. Some days are heavy. Some days just don't go your way. You wake up tired. You miss a deadline. Someone says something that hurts. Your plans fall apart. Your energy is low. Your mind feels scattered. It happens. It's part of life. No one escapes it. But here's what separates strong people from stuck people. It's not that strong people never have bad days. It's that they don't let bad days become bad weeks, bad months, or bad lives. They learn how to turn bad days into better ones. Not by pretending everything is fine. Not by forcing fake positivity. But by choosing better responses. By having a plan when the day goes wrong. And that's what this chapter is about. Let's start with this truth. A bad day doesn't make a bad life. Don't panic. Don't assume the worst. Don't quit your dreams because of one hard morning. Pause. Breathe. Step back. Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing. Just stop. Be still. Let the emotion pass. Because when emotions are high, logic is low. So give your heart space. Let the storm calm before you move. Next, ask yourself one question. What can I control right now? Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not other people. Just right now. Because when life feels out of control, taking back one small thing can give you power. Maybe it's drinking water. Maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's cleaning your desk. Maybe it's writing your thoughts down. These are not big things, but they are real. And real action always beats mental chaos. Now let's talk about your thoughts. Bad days are full of heavy thoughts. You tell yourself things like, I'm failing. Nothing ever works. What's the point? I'll never change. But most of these thoughts are not truth. They are just pain talking. So talk back. Say, this day is hard, but it's not the end. I've had bad days before and I made it through. I don't have to fix everything. I just have to take one step. That one shift in mindset can change the energy of your day. Here's another powerful move. Lower the pressure. Sometimes your day goes bad because you're carrying too much, trying to do too much, be too perfect. Help everyone. Handle everything. Let that go. Choose one or two things, the most important ones. Let the rest wait. Not everything needs to be done today. Some peace comes not from doing more, but from expecting less. And when you lower the pressure, you give yourself room to breathe, to think, to move again. Also, don't isolate. When you're having a rough day, your mind says, just be alone, don't talk, no one gets it. But sometimes, what you need most is connection. Reach out, not to complain, but just to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel human. Send a message to someone you trust. Say, hey, today's tough, just wanted to say hi. That little moment of connection can remind you you're not alone. And sometimes, that reminder is enough to lift the weight. Now let's talk about energy. Bad days drain your energy. So don't waste it on things that make it worse. Like scrolling non-stop, arguing online, overthinking, eating junk, replaying drama. These things feel like escapes, but they are traps. They keep you stuck. Instead of choose things that restore your energy. Like a short nap, a walk in nature, drinking water, listening to music, writing your thoughts, stretching your body. Simple, but powerful. You don't have to do them all. Just choose one, then another. Let your energy rise slowly. Let's not forget the power of kindness toward yourself. Some days, the best thing you can do is stop being your own enemy. Stop judging yourself. Stop expecting perfection. Stop beating yourself up for not feeling okay. Instead, say, I'm doing the best I can. That's enough for today. Give yourself the same grace you'd give a friend. You wouldn't yell at someone you love for having a rough day. So don't do it to yourself. One more powerful habit. Reflect, don't react. At the end of a bad day, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what made today hard? What can I learn from it? What can I do better tomorrow? This turns a bad day into a lesson, and lessons build wisdom. Suddenly, even the pain has purpose. Even your hard moments start working for you. And now let's say the day is done. It didn't go how you wanted. You didn't do everything right. You feel tired, off, disappointed. That's okay. Close the day anyway. Take a shower. Clean your space. Set your clothes for tomorrow. Write one thing you're grateful for.
Say,
Today was tough, but I made it through. That small closing routine tells your brain, the day is over. We get to start fresh. And that's the truth. Every bad day ends, and every morning gives you another chance. You are allowed to reset, to begin again, to rise again. No shame, no guilt, just growth. Bad days do not define you. They reveal you. They show you where you're still healing, still learning, still growing. And that's okay. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be real, to become stronger, one day at a time. So when the next bad day comes, because it will, you'll be ready. You'll breathe. You'll pause. You'll take one small step, and you'll rise. Not perfectly, but powerfully. Because you know now, a bad day is just a day, and even bad days can be turned into better ones. Chapter 9. Focus is the new superpower. In a world full of noise, focus is power. There are distractions everywhere. Notifications, messages, ads, news, gossip, drama, 1,000 things pulling at your attention every single minute. Most people can't focus for more than a few seconds. They start something, then stop. They jump from one thing to the next. They scroll. They swipe. They lose track of what matters. And slowly, they lose control of their time, their energy, and their life. But not you. Because once you understand this truth, focus is the new superpower. You begin to live differently. You begin to rise. Focus is what helps you finish. It helps you stay calm. It helps you grow fast, while others stay stuck. And the best part, focus is not a gift. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can build it. Let's start with a question. What are you giving your attention to? Because whatever gets your attention shapes your world. If your attention goes to drama, you feel drained. If your attention goes to fear, you feel stuck. If your attention goes to growth, you feel strong. So step 1, protect your attention like gold. Think of your focus as energy. You only get so much each day. Where are you spending it? Is it helping you or hurting you? Are you using it to build or to scroll, to grow or to worry, to finish or to avoid? Every choice matters. Now let's build better focus, step by step. First, clear your space. Your brain mirrors your environment. If your space is cluttered, your mind will be too. So clean your desk, close extra tabs, turn off noise, make the outside calm, so the inside can focus. Next, control your phone. Your phone is a tool, not a master. Use airplane mode. Turn off all unnecessary notifications. Put your phone in another room while working. Your brain needs quiet. Give it space. Even 30 minutes of focus time is more powerful than 3 hours of distracted effort. Now choose one task. Multitasking is a myth. It makes you slower, less accurate, more stressed. So do one thing. Only one. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Focus hard. Then rest for 5 minutes. Repeat. This is called the focus cycle, and it works. 1. Your brain learns to enter deep work, to stay with the problem, to move forward. Also, write down what you will focus on before you start. A clear goal gives your mind direction. Instead of, I'll try to work, say, I will finish this part of the project in 25 minutes. Be specific. Be clear. Be honest. Then, begin. If you get distracted, because you will, don't panic. Just notice and return to your task. Every time you return, you get stronger. It's like a muscle. You train it by showing up again and again, and soon you'll find your focus growing. You'll enter flow, that beautiful state where time disappears, where work feels deep, where you feel powerful. This is your superpower, and it gives you an edge. While others are lost in noise, you are creating, building, growing, finishing. That's how you rise. Let's talk about energy. Focus needs energy. If you're tired, hungry, or burnt out, your focus will suffer. So take care of your body. Sleep well. Eat real food. Drink water. Move daily. These are not just health tips. They're focus tools. Also, manage your emotional energy. If your mind is full of worry, focus fades. So practice calming your thoughts. Write them down. Talk to someone. Breathe. Even 5 minutes of stillness can clear your mind. And now here's a secret. Focus isn't just for work. You can use it to be fully present with your family, with your friends, with your purpose, with yourself. When you're with someone, be there. When you're resting, rest. When you're learning, learn. Stop living halfway. Full focus creates full life. Now let's handle the hardest part. Distraction, addiction. Yes, it's real. Your brain loves easy pleasure, quick hits, fast escapes. But you must train your brain to love depth. Start with short focus times. Build up slowly. Remove tempting apps. Use tools like website blockers. Track your habits. The more you resist distraction, the weaker they become. Soon your brain will stop craving them and start craving progress. That's the shift. When focus becomes your default, success becomes your reward. Let's be clear. This takes effort, practice, patience. But it's worth it, because focus is how you write the book, build the business, learn the skill, heal the mind, create the future. Focus is how you stand out while others are distracted. So protect it, practice it, live it. And remember, you don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need to do more things. You need to do the right thing, with full presence. That's your superpower. Now use it. Chapter 10. What to do when you feel like giving up. There comes a moment in every journey when you want to stop. When the fire dies down, when nothing feels worth it anymore. You're tired. You're frustrated. You've tried everything. And yet, you're still stuck. Your mind whispers, "What's the point? Why even try? Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this just isn't for me." That voice sounds honest. It sounds convincing. It feels heavy. But listen closely. That voice is not truth. That voice is your limit. And you don't have to listen. Feeling like giving up is part of the process. It's not weakness. It's not failure. It's a signal, a sign that you're growing, that you're stretching, that you're on the edge of something new. Because anything worth doing will test you. Your body will ache. Your mind will resist. Your emotions will swing. Your old habits will try to pull you back. And that's when you must decide, do I go back to easy or do I keep going toward better? That decision is what builds your future. Let's make one thing clear. You are allowed to rest, but you are not allowed to quit. You are allowed to feel tired, but you are not allowed to give up on your purpose. Because deep inside, you know there's more for you, and you won't reach it by walking away. So what do you do when quitting feels easier than continuing? You pause. You breathe. You remember. You remember why you started, what made you begin, what pain you were trying to leave, what dream you were chasing, what future you were building. Write it down. Say it out loud. Because when you forget your why, your how feels impossible. But when you remember your why, your energy returns. Your reasons bring back your fire. Next, shorten the view. Sometimes we want to give up because the goal feels too far, too big, too heavy. So stop looking at the mountain. Just focus on the next step. One more workout. One more chapter. One more task. One more deep breath. Break the battle down. Don't win the war. Just win the moment. Then win the next one. And the next one. That's how success is built. Not in leaps, but in steps. Now let's face the pain. Giving up often comes from pain. Physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. Pain says, escape, avoid, run. But growth means learning to sit with the pain, not forever, just long enough to understand it. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Is this fear? Is this doubt? Is this exhaustion? Name it. Feel it. Then move forward anyway. That's strength. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who feel nothing. They are the ones who feel everything and still show up. Let's talk about progress. Another reason people want to give up is because they can't see progress. They're working hard, but they don't see results. Remember this. Not all progress is visible. Some growth is silent. Some growth happens in your mind, in your habits, in your discipline, that's in your mindset. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Sometimes you're planting seeds. You water them every day, but for weeks nothing. Then one day, a sprout. Then more. Success works like that. Trust the roots before you see the fruits. Also, remember who you were before you started growing. Think back. Were you lazy? Were you full of doubt? Did you give up easily? Now look at you. You've come this far. You've fought. You've risen. You've learned. That's progress. You're not where you want to be yet, but you're not who you used to be, and that matters. Celebrate that. Another key to keep going. Change the way you speak to yourself. When you want to give up, your mind often becomes cruel. You say, I'm failing, I'm slow, I'll never make it. Change the script. Say, I'm tired, but I'm still here. This is hard, but I'm harder. I don't quit on myself anymore. Kind words give you strength. Your own voice is either your weapon or your weakness. Use it wisely. Now here's something powerful. Picture your future self, the one who didn't quit, the one who stayed consistent, the one who made it through the hard season. What does that version of you look like? Feel like? Live like? Hold that image. Because every time you keep going, you get closer to becoming that person. They are waiting for you. They are cheering for you. Don't let them down. Let's also get real about failure. You will fall. You will mess up. You will have to start over. But failure is not the end. It's the middle. It's the place where most people quit, and strong people continue. Every master was once a beginner who failed 100 times and showed up the next day anyway. Be that person. When you fall, fall forward. When you lose, learn. When it hurts, heal and keep moving. Pain is not the enemy. Quitting is. So what do you do when you feel like giving up? You rest, but you don't stop. You cry, but you don't collapse. You slow down, but you don't turn back. You breathe. You remember. You rise. You say, this is hard, but I've done hard things before, and I will do them again. Because I don't give up. Not on myself. Not on my future. Not today. Chapter 11. The Power of Repeating Small Wins. When people think about success, they imagine something big. A big goal. A big win. A big moment. They think success happens all at once, like winning a trophy, launching a business, losing 50 pounds, getting the dream job. But the truth is far from that. Real success. It's built one small win at a time, not in big leaps, but in tiny daily steps that repeat. It's not about doing something massive once. It's about doing something small, over and over again. Small wins are easy to ignore. They don't get attention. They don't go viral. They don't feel exciting. But over time, they are the most powerful tool you have. Think of small wins like drops of water. One drop looks like nothing, but keep dropping water in the same place, and it can cut through stone. That's what consistency does. Let's break it down. A small win is anything that moves you forward. Waking up on time, drinking water, reading a few pages, finishing a simple task, saying no to something that drains you, writing for 10 minutes, working out for 15 minutes, cleaning your space. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be done repeatedly, because every time you win, no matter how small, your brain gets a message. I'm moving, I'm building, I'm becoming. It gives you momentum, and momentum creates motivation. Most people wait for motivation before they move, but the smart ones, they move, then motivation follows. That's why small wins matter. Now, why are small wins so powerful? 1. They build identity. Every small win tells your brain, this is who I am now. I'm someone who shows up. I'm someone who finishes things. I'm someone who cares about my future. And that identity is what creates lasting change. You don't need more willpower. You need to see yourself as a winner. That belief starts with small wins. 2. They reduce pressure. When your goal feels big, it feels heavy. It makes you freeze. You avoid starting because it feels too far away. But when you focus on a small win, you remove the pressure. You tell yourself, I don't have to do everything today. I just need to do the next right thing. And that opens the door to action. 3. They create proof. Your brain loves evidence. It wants proof that you're making progress, that you're not wasting your time. Small wins give you that proof every day. You say, hey, I did what I said I would do. That means I can trust myself. That means I'm growing. Trust in yourself is built through action, and small wins are action. 4. They keep you going when life gets hard. Big goals feel far away, but a small win? You can still get that, even on a bad day, even when you're sad, even when you're busy, even when you don't feel like it. Small wins keep the streak alive. They say, I'm still in the game. I may be crawling, but I haven't stopped. Let's look at real-life examples. Someone who wants to write a book doesn't write it in one night. They start by writing 200 words per day, then 500, then 1,000. Each time they write, that's a small win. Eventually, chapter by chapter, the book is done. Someone who wants to lose weight doesn't lose 30 pounds in a week. They start by drinking more water, by walking 10 minutes, by eating one healthier meal, by skipping soda. Each one is a small win. Each one stacks on the last. Soon, the body begins to change. And the most powerful example? Changing your mindset. You don't wake up confident one day. You build confidence by choosing better thoughts, by challenging old patterns, by speaking kindly to yourself. One small mental shift at a time. Over weeks and months, you become someone stronger, someone who believes. That's the quiet magic of small wins. Now here's the real power, repeating them. Anyone can win once, but winners repeat. One good day won't change your life, but 100 good days will. Even if those days are just 1% better, even if they look boring. Small wins are the bricks. Repetition is the cement. Together, they build your future. And it doesn't take a lot. Imagine doing 3 small wins a day. That's over 1,000 wins in a year. How can your life not change with 1,000 victories? Here's how to start. Step 1. Choose your top 3 areas. What matters most to you right now? Is it your health, your money, your mindset, your creativity, your career? Pick 3. Keep it simple. Step 2. Choose one small win in each area. For example, health, drink 8 glasses of water. Mindset, write 3 things you're grateful for. Work, focus 25 minutes without checking your phone. That's it. Just repeat those wins every day. Not perfectly, but consistently. If you miss a day, get back up. If you forget, restart. Small wins forgive you. They welcome you back. They say, let's try again today. Now here's what people get wrong. They chase big wins too early. They want overnight change. They try to do everything at once. Then they burn out, quit, blame themselves. But you'll be smarter. You'll build slowly. You'll stay steady. And one day, you'll look around and realize you don't just do small wins. You've become the kind of person who always wins. And that changes everything. It changes how you think, how you move, how you treat yourself, how others see you. It turns goals into lifestyle. It turns dreams into routines. And that's where freedom lives. So here's your challenge. Pick one small win today. Just one. Repeat it tomorrow. Then again. Then again. Let it grow. Let it stack. Let it guide your momentum. You don't need to wait for a perfect time. You don't need to feel inspired. You just need to begin. Because when you start small, you win big. And that's how consistency is built. One little win at a time. Chapter 12. Breaking the cycle of starting over. Have you ever felt like you're always starting over? You start a new habit. You feel good for a few days. Then something happens. You get busy. You get distracted. You fall off. You tell yourself, I'll start again Monday. Monday comes and goes. And goes. And before you know it, you're back at zero. This cycle repeats again and again. Start, stop, start, stop. And after a while you begin to feel like a failure. You begin to wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stay consistent? Let me tell you right now, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are human. And breaking the cycle of starting over is possible, but it requires one thing. You have to stop trying to be perfect. Let's go deeper. Most people start strong because of excitement. They feel motivated. They imagine results fast. They tell themselves, this time will be different. This time, I'll get it right. But when progress slows down, or life gets in the way, or motivation disappears, they fall off. And instead of adjusting, they quit completely. They tell themselves, I failed again. This didn't work. I'm just not disciplined enough. So they throw away everything they built. Then a few weeks later, they get motivated again, and the cycle starts again. Sound familiar? That cycle is not caused by lack of discipline. It's caused by the all-or-nothing mindset. The idea that if you can't do it perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. This is the mindset that destroys momentum, and it's the first thing you have to break. Step 1. Embrace the idea of messy consistency. What does that mean? It means showing up even when it's not perfect, even when you're late, even when you missed yesterday, even when your effort is only 50%. Because 50% effort is still progress, or it's better than 0%. You don't have to hit every target. You just have to stay in motion. Success is not made by perfect days. It's made by showing up on hard days. Step 2. Stop resetting the scoreboard. Every time you stop and start over, you erase your progress mentally. Even if you made it 10 days, even if you made it 2 weeks, your brain hears, I failed, I'm back at zero, and that kills your motivation. Instead of starting over, say, I'm continuing the journey. I had a dip, not a reset. I'm not starting again. I'm picking back up. It sounds small, but it rewires your mindset. Step 3. Build streak resilience. Many people are motivated by streaks. 10 days in a row, 21-day challenge, 30 days straight. But what happens when the streak breaks? They quit. Because the streak became more important than the purpose. It became about numbers, not growth. True consistency isn't about never missing. It's about what you do after you miss. You want to know the truth? Everyone misses. Everyone slips. Even the best. But the successful ones get back up fast. You don't break your identity by falling. You break it by staying down. So build streak resilience. Say, I missed a day, I'm back today. I lost rhythm, not direction. My value isn't based on a perfect record. Step 4, make your process too small to fail. Many people try to do too much too soon. They go from 0 to hero. 1-hour workouts, no sugar at all. Wake up at 4 a.m. Read 50 pages daily, and it works for a few days. Then life hits. They can't keep up, and they crash. That's not failure, that's bad strategy. The solution? Shrink the task. Instead of working out for an hour, commit to 10 minutes. Instead of reading 50 pages, read 2. Instead of journaling for 30 minutes, write 3 sentences. Make it so small you can't fail. And when life gets hard, you can still show up. That keeps the chain alive. That keeps the identity strong. Step 5. Track backwards, not just forwards. Most people track what they didn't do. I missed 3 workouts. I ate badly yesterday. I didn't wake up on time. That builds shame. That drains energy. Start tracking what you did do. I showed up for 3 days last week. I made one better choice at lunch. I spoke kindly to myself today. Look at your wins. Build from them. Progress grows when you see it. Step 6. Connect to your future self. Imagine this. You're a year ahead. You stayed consistent. You didn't quit after the bad week. You kept going. How do you feel? How do you look? What kind of confidence do you carry? Hold that image. That future version of you needs you to keep going now. You are not just building habits. You are building someone. So when you feel like quitting, when you feel like saying, I'll start again Monday, talk to your future self. Say, I've got you. I won't let us go back. I'll keep going, even if it's messy. Step 7. Forgive yourself fast. This might be the most important step. You will make mistakes. You will fall short. You will miss days. Don't let guilt slow you down. Don't punish yourself with shame. Don't throw away the whole journey over one step. Say, I forgive myself. Now let's move. The faster you forgive, the faster you grow. Let's review what we now know. Starting over again and again is not a character flaw. It's a mindset trap. The all-or-nothing mindset must be replaced with flexible, kind consistency. Progress lives in imperfection. What matters most is staying in motion. You don't need another new plan. You need a new approach. You don't need to start again. You need to continue. Wiser, softer, stronger. So here's the truth. You are already further than you think. You've already learned a lot. You've already shown strength. You've already had wins. Now protect that progress. Don't throw it away because of one off day. This isn't about perfection. This is about becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit when it's hard, who doesn't erase progress, who doesn't beat themselves up, who simply continues. No more starting over. Just moving forward, again and again. Even if it's slow, even if it's quiet, even if no one notices, you'll know, and your future self will thank you. Because you finally broke the cycle, and now you're building something real. Chapter 13. Build habits that actually stick. Habits are the building blocks of your life. The small actions you repeat each day shape who you become tomorrow. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, if you want to change your life, you have to learn how to build habits that stick, not for a week, not for 30 days, but for life. Most people think habits are hard to build. They start strong, but then fall off. They say things like, I can't stay consistent. I'm not disciplined enough. I always break my habits after a few days. But the truth is, you don't need more discipline. You need a better system. Let's build it together, step by step. Step 1. Start with identity, not outcomes. Most people begin a habit with a goal. They say, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to save $10,000. I want to read 50 books. But these are all outcomes, and outcomes don't last. The key to lasting habits is starting with identity. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? Do you want to become a healthy person, a focused person, a disciplined person, a reader, a leader, a builder? Once you decide who you want to be, your habits become acts of confirmation. If you say, I'm a healthy person, you don't need motivation to skip fast food. It's just not who you are anymore. If you say, I'm a disciplined person, you show up even on days you don't feel like it. Start with identity. Let habits flow from that identity. Step 2. Make it ridiculously small. The biggest mistake people make when building habits: they go too big too fast. They try to go to the gym for 1 hour a day. They try to meditate for 30 minutes. They try to wake up 3 hours earlier overnight. This feels good on day 1. But by day 5, they're exhausted. They miss a day, then 2, then quit. That's not a habit. That's a burnout plan. Instead, start tiny. Make the habit so small, you can do it even on your worst day. Read 1 page. Got to push-ups. Write 1 sentence. Save $1. Stretch for 30 seconds. Small habits don't look impressive, but they build consistency. And consistency builds momentum. Once the habit is part of your life, you can increase it naturally. But first, make it stick. Step 3. Attach it to something you already do. Your brain loves patterns. If you attach a new habit to something you already do, it becomes easier to remember. This is called habit stacking. Here's how it works. After I brush my teeth, I will stretch. After I drink coffee, I will journal. After I shower, I will plan my day. After I eat dinner, I will go for a walk. Linking habits together creates a natural flow. It removes decision-making. It builds rhythm. It keeps your mind focused. The simpler the connection, the better. Step 4. Design your environment for success. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you realize. If your phone is beside your bed, you'll scroll at night. If chips are on your table, you'll eat them. If your workout clothes are visible, you'll be more likely to exercise. You don't need more willpower. You need fewer obstacles. Make good habits easier to do. Make bad habits harder to do. Examples: put your book on your pillow. Place your water bottle on your desk. Log out of social media apps. Keep junk food out of your house. Charge your phone in another room. Make your space support your goals. When your environment changes, your behavior changes. Step 5. Track your habits visually. When you see progress, your brain feels reward, and reward creates motivation. Use a simple chart. Mark an X every day you complete your habit. This is called a habit tracker. It's simple but powerful. Seeing that row of X's grow gives you a sense of pride, a sense of movement, a reason to keep going. Tell yourself, I don't break the chain. 1 missed day? Okay, but never miss 2 in a row. That's the rule. Miss 1, bounce back. Habit tracking turns invisible effort into visible victory. Step 6. Set clear triggers and boundaries. A habit is easier to follow when you know exactly what, when, and where. Instead of saying, I'll work out tomorrow,
say,
I'll do 15 minutes of bodyweight training at 7 a.m. in my living room. Specific plans beat vague goals. Boundaries help too. And tell yourself, I check social media only after 6 p.m. I stop working after 8 p.m. I don't eat snacks after dinner. Boundaries create focus. Focus creates freedom. Step 7. Celebrate immediately. When you complete your habit, celebrate. Smile. Say yes. Stand up tall. Clap your hands. It might feel silly, but your brain needs reward. Small wins, celebration, habit reinforcement. The more you feel good after your habit, the more your brain wants to repeat it. You don't need big rewards, just big emotion. Turn your habit into a small party. Step 8. Be flexible, not fragile. Habits don't live in perfection. They live in adjustment. Some days, life will get messy. You'll be tired. You'll be sick. You'll travel. You'll forget. That's okay. Don't break your streak. Scale it down. Do 1 push-up instead of 20. Read 1 paragraph instead of 10 pages. Write 1 line instead of a full journal entry. Show up in the smallest way possible. That keeps your identity strong. You're not someone who stops. You're someone who adapts. Step 9. Review and refresh. Every 2-4 weeks, review your habits. Ask yourself, is this still serving me? Can I increase it? Should I simplify it? Do I enjoy the process? Make changes if needed. Habits should grow with you. If you're bored, challenge yourself. If you're overwhelmed, simplify. If you've outgrown it, upgrade. This keeps your system alive and exciting. Step 10. Trust the process. Habits take time. At first they feel hard. Then they feel normal. Then they feel automatic. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. That system is built with habits, and you're building yours now. So keep going. Even if the change feels slow, even if no one sees your effort, even if you mess up sometimes, you are becoming someone new, 1 habit at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Build small. Repeat often. Celebrate progress. Adjust when needed. And never give up. That's how habits stick. That's how change happens. That's how greatness is built. Quietly. Daily. Consistently. Chapter 14. The truth about motivation. Everyone talks about motivation. You see it in videos, posters, quotes and books. Stay motivated. Find your motivation. Don't lose motivation. But here's the truth. Motivation is not what you think it is. Motivation is not magic. It's not something that just shows up when you need it. And it's not something you can depend on forever. If you wait for motivation to take action, you will never build anything that lasts. Let me explain. What is motivation, really? Motivation is a feeling. It's an emotion. Like happiness, or anger, or fear. And like all emotions, it comes and goes. Sometimes you feel it strongly, like after watching an inspiring video. You feel fired up. You want to change your life right now. But by the next morning, that fire is gone. You're tired. You don't feel like doing anything. That's normal. Motivation is not a fuel. It's a spark. And a spark doesn't build a fire by itself. You need something stronger to keep going. That something stronger is discipline. Why you can't rely on motivation. Here's why most people fail. They wait for motivation to strike before they take action. They say, I'll go to the gym when I feel like it. I'll start writing when I'm inspired. I'll wake up early when I'm ready. But motivation doesn't work that way. It doesn't show up on time. It doesn't stay. It doesn't care about your goals. And when it disappears, people stop moving. They lose momentum. They say, I'm not motivated anymore, and they quit. So let's make one thing clear. You do not need motivation to take action. You just need to act. And here's the twist. Action creates motivation. How action creates motivation? Think about this. You don't feel like going to the gym, but you go anyway. You do 10 minutes. You feel better. Now you want to keep going. You didn't wait for motivation. You created it. Motivation comes after action, not before. This is the truth most people never learn. If you sit and wait to feel ready, you might wait forever. But if you start, even when you don't feel like it, motivation will catch up to you. This is the magic of momentum. The motivation-action loop. Here's the simple loop to remember. Action drove progress. Motivation drove progress. When you act, you make progress. Even small progress feels good. Feeling good creates motivation. That motivation helps you take more action, and the cycle continues. So instead of waiting to feel ready, go do something tiny. 1 rep, 1 sentence, 1 step. Let that be your spark. Then ride the wave. Build a system, not a feeling. Let's say you want to write every day. If you depend on feeling inspired, you'll write once in a while. But if you create a system, every day at 7 a.m. I write 100 words. Now you have structure. Structure doesn't need emotion. It only needs a trigger. When you build a system, you remove motivation from the equation. And that gives you freedom. Freedom to show up even when you're tired. Freedom to stay consistent even when it's raining. Freedom to grow even when you're not feeling it. Motivation is weak. Systems are strong. Discipline versus motivation. People think motivation is the opposite of laziness. But that's wrong. The true opposite of laziness is discipline. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is a decision. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline says, I do it anyway. Discipline shows up on hard days, on boring days, on rainy days, on days when nobody claps, on days when progress feels invisible. Motivation disappears when things get tough. Discipline digs deeper. If you want to grow, you need to stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. How to train discipline even without motivation. Let's make it simple. Step 1. Choose one tiny habit. Something so small you can't say no. Example: 5 push-ups, 1-minute meditation, 50 words. Step 2. Pick a time and place. Tie it to something you already do. Example: after brushing teeth, do push-ups. Step 3. Do it every day. No excuses. Even if it's late, even if you're tired, just show up. Step 4. Track it. Use a notebook or a calendar. Check it off. See your streak grow. Step 5. Celebrate. Say yes every time you do it. This rewires your brain to enjoy the process. Do this long enough, and discipline becomes part of you. Not because it's easy, but because it's yours. Use motivation when it's there, but don't wait for it. Here's the smart way to use motivation. Use it when it shows up. Ride the wave. Go a little extra. Push a little harder. But when it disappears, don't panic. Don't quit. Don't blame yourself. Just fall back on your system. Let discipline carry you. Motivation is like weather. It comes and goes. But your habits, they're the roof over your head. Build them strong. Motivation is not the hero. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You don't need to love the work every day. You just need to keep showing up. There's power in that. Real power. The kind of power that builds businesses, that builds strong minds, that builds new lives. It's not sexy. It's not loud. But it's real. The people you admire, they don't have more motivation. They just have more discipline. They've trained themselves to move without needing to feel ready. And now you can too. Chapter 15. Discipline is the real superpower. If you could choose one skill to change your life forever, what would it be? Intelligence, confidence, creativity, motivation. No, there's one skill that beats them all. One power that separates the dreamers from the doers, the starters from the finishers, the talkers from the builders. That skill is discipline. Discipline is the secret weapon of successful people. It's the quiet force behind every achievement. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it's powerful. Let's break it down. What is discipline, really? Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's doing the workout when you're tired, waking up early when the bed feels too good, writing the page when your mind wants to scroll, staying calm when your emotions want to explode. Discipline is not about punishment. It's about commitment. It's saying, I made a promise to myself, and I keep it. Not once, not when it's easy, but every day. That's discipline. And that's what builds results. Discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation feels good. It gives you energy. It makes things feel possible. But motivation comes and goes. Some days it's strong. Some days it's nowhere to be found. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline shows up anyway. You don't need to feel inspired to be disciplined. You just need to decide. When you build discipline, you stop being a slave to emotions. You start being the leader of your actions. Discipline builds trust in yourself. Every time you follow through on a promise, you prove to yourself, I can count on me. That trust is powerful. It builds confidence. It builds focus. It builds identity. Discipline turns intentions into action. And action turns you into someone you're proud of. You don't need people to believe in you. You need to believe in you. That belief is built one disciplined choice at a time. Discipline builds freedom. Most people think discipline means restriction. No fun, no freedom, no rest. That's a lie. Discipline is what gives you real freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from bad habits. Freedom from stress. Freedom from guilt. When you control your actions, you control your life. When you're disciplined with your money, you're free from debt. When you're disciplined with your time, you're free to focus. When you're disciplined with your health, you're free to move, play, and live. Discipline may feel hard now, but the life it creates feels light. Discipline is a muscle. You're not born with it. You build it. And like any muscle, it grows with training. At first it's hard. You'll fail. You'll resist. You'll want to quit. That's normal. But the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Start with small acts of discipline. Make your bed every morning. Set a time to go to bed and follow it. Drink a glass of water first thing, after waking up. Stick to your plan, even when no one's watching. Each small win builds your discipline muscle. And soon, doing the right thing becomes natural. Train discipline with triggers. One of the easiest ways to grow discipline is to remove choice. Don't ask, do I feel like doing it? Instead, set a clear trigger. When the alarm rings, I get up. After I eat, I clean the dishes. When I feel stressed, I take a deep breath instead of yelling. Make the action automatic. Discipline is easier when it's tied to a habit. Make the decision once, then follow it every time. Discipline gives you power over distraction. We live in a distracted world. Phones, notifications, ads, temptations everywhere. People spend hours scrolling, watching, clicking, reacting. But discipline cuts through the noise. It says, I choose where my focus goes. I choose what gets my energy.
Do I? I choose what deserves my time.
In a world full of distractions, Discipline makes you dangerous. Because you're not controlled by the world, you control yourself. And that makes you powerful. How to build unbreakable discipline? Let's make it practical. Step 1. Choose one area. Don't try to master everything at once. Pick one area to be disciplined. Start with what matters most. Health, money, time, focus. Step 2. Create a simple plan. Make the plan easy to follow. Don't rely on feelings. Rely on systems. I do X at Y time every day. Step 3. Commit publicly or privately. Tell someone about your goal, or write it down, or record it in your phone. Make it real. Step 4. Track your progress. Use a notebook, calendar, app. Mark the days you followed through. The streak will push you forward. Step 5. Forgive, then continue. If you fail one day, don't quit. Get up the next day. No guilt, no drama. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. The world rewards the disciplined. Look around. The fit person at the gym. Not more motivated, more disciplined. The focused student getting top marks. Not a genius, just consistent. The entrepreneur building wealth. Not lucky, just showed up daily. Discipline is the difference maker. Not just for success, but for self-respect. It's hard to feel proud of yourself when you break your own promises. But when you're disciplined, you earn your own respect. And that changes how you walk, how you talk, how you think. Discipline makes you unstoppable. Here's the real gift of discipline. It removes limits. You stop asking, "Can I do this?" You start saying, "I will." Because with discipline, you don't need perfect timing. You don't need ideal conditions. You just need to begin. Day by day, brick by brick. Discipline builds the life you dream of, even when no one claps, even when it's not exciting, even when it's boring. Discipline is the force that carries you forward when everything else fades. How self-respect impacts every area of your life. Let's break it down. Relationships. When you respect yourself, you stop begging for attention. You stop chasing people who ignore you. You stop staying in unhealthy connections. You say, "If you don't treat me with respect, you don't get access to me." And suddenly, you attract better people. Career. When you respect yourself, you don't settle for jobs that drain you. You speak up. You ask for what you're worth. You work hard because you know you deserve a better future. Health. When you respect yourself, you stop treating your body like a trash can. You eat better. You move more. You rest enough. Not because someone told you to, but because you believe you're worth taking care of. Mindset. When you respect yourself, you don't let negative thoughts live rent-free. You catch yourself. You speak truth. You choose growth over pity. Self-respect makes you a better thinker, a better doer, a better human. Signs you're growing in self-respect. You say no without guilt. You take breaks without shame. You hold your promises to yourself. You don't chase people or prove your worth. You walk away from drama. You let go of who you were to become who you need to be. These are not loud wins, but they are powerful ones. How to build self-respect daily. Let's make it practical. Step 1. Keep one small promise a day. Don't try to change everything overnight. Pick one thing and keep it. Even if it's, "I'll drink water after I wake up. I'll journal one line before bed. I'll walk for 10 minutes. Keeping your word builds self-respect. Start small, then grow. Step 2. Speak to yourself like you matter. If someone spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, would you stay friends? Start using kind, clear language. Instead of, "I'm such a mess," say, "I'm learning. I'll do better next time." Instead of, I'm a failure, say, I had a setback, I still believe in me. Your voice matters. Use it wisely, especially with yourself. Step 3. Cut out what disrespects you. That might be people, places, habits, apps, thoughts. Anything that pulls you down, doesn't belong in your life anymore. Let it go. That's not weakness. That's respect. Step 4. Protect your energy. You don't have to attend every argument. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't have to overwork to prove you're enough. Your peace is expensive. Don't trade it for cheap approval. The hard part about self-respect. Sometimes, respecting yourself means walking alone, saying no when it's easier to say yes, letting go of people you still love, choosing growth over comfort. It's not always fun. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it, because you are the one who has to live with your choices, and your choices should reflect your value. Self-respect means doing what's right for you, even when it's hard. Chapter 17. Control your mind. Control your life. Your mind is the most powerful thing you own. More powerful than your body. More powerful than your money. More powerful than your environment. Because your mind controls how you see the world and how you see yourself. Control your mind, and you control your actions. Control your actions, and you control your results. Control your results, and you control your life. That's why every journey begins in the mind. Let's break down how to take control. Your thoughts shape your reality. The way you think creates the way you feel. The way you feel drives the way you act. And the way you act creates your life. It all begins with a single thought. For example, if you think, I'm not good enough, you'll feel weak. Then you'll avoid taking action. Then you'll stay stuck. But if you think, I'm growing every day, you'll feel stronger. You'll take action. You'll move forward. Thoughts are not just words in your head. They're the building blocks of your reality. That's why mastering your thoughts is the first step toward mastering your life. Most people let their minds run wild. Here's what happens to most people. They wake up and instantly check their phone. They read news, scroll social media, see drama. They absorb stress, fear, noise. Then they go into their day, already overwhelmed. They don't control their thoughts. They just react to everything. And they wonder why they feel anxious, angry, lost. But your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant good seeds, weeds will grow by default. You must take charge. You are not your thoughts. Here's a powerful truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who watches them. Your mind might say, I can't do this. But you can respond, that's just fear talking. I'm doing it anyway. Your mind might say, people are judging me. But you can say, that thought isn't helping me. Let it go. You are not a prisoner of your thoughts. You are their observer and their master. You can choose which ones to believe and which ones to release. How to control negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are normal, but you don't have to let them control you. Here's how to take power back. Step 1. Notice the thought. You can't change what you don't notice. Start by paying attention. Ask, what am I thinking right now? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Step 2. Name the thought. When you name it, you tame it. Say, that's a fear thought. That's a comparison thought. That's a limiting belief. Giving it a label creates distance. You stop being inside the thought and start standing above it. Step 3. Replace it with truth. Ask, what's a better thought I can choose right now? Replace, I always fail, with, I've failed before, but I've learned a lot. Replace, no one supports me, with, I'm learning to support myself first. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about choosing thoughts that empower, not destroy. Control starts with morning mindset. Your first thoughts in the morning shape the rest of your day. So start with intention. Before you touch your phone, take a few moments to guide your mind. Say something like, "Today is a fresh start. I control my focus. I choose peace and power. I will respond, not react. I have what it takes to win today." These aren't magic spells. They're mental training. They set the tone. They give your brain a direction. Start your day with strength, and the day follows your lead. Control your mind when emotions rise. Everyone gets emotional, angry, anxious, overwhelmed. But when you let your emotions lead, you often say or do things you regret. Discipline isn't just about actions. It's also about thoughts. Here's how to pause. Breathe deeply. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Name your feeling. Say, "I feel frustrated. I feel nervous." Speak calmly to your mind. Say, "We're okay. We can handle this." You are not your emotions. You are the one who guides them. Calm minds make strong choices. Train your calm. Feed your mind with what lifts you. What you watch, listen to, and read becomes the food for your thoughts. If you feed your mind junk, your thinking becomes cluttered. But if you feed your mind truth, growth, clarity, your thinking becomes strong. Start being intentional about what enters your brain. Listen to positive podcasts. Read helpful books. Avoid negative media and gossip. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. A strong mind needs clean fuel. Don't let the past control your mind. Some people are trapped by old thoughts. They live in memories of failure, pain, or shame. But the past is not a prison, unless you keep reliving it. What happened to you was real, but it doesn't have to be your identity. You can say, "That happened, it shaped me, but it doesn't define me." Let go of stories that keep you small. Write new ones, ones where you win, where you heal, where you rise. You control what stays in your mind. Choose wisely. Your mind can be your enemy or your ally. Your mind can work against you, or it can work for you. It can whisper, "You can't," or "You're not ready," or for muck, "You'll fail again." Or it can say, "You've got this. You've done hard things before. You're becoming stronger." Which voice wins? The one you feed the most. Train your mind like a muscle. If you keep practicing fear, you'll get really good at fear. If you keep practicing courage, you'll get really good at courage. Mind control is daily work. You don't control your mind once. You do it every day. It's not a flip of a switch. It's a skill you build. Just like brushing your teeth. You clean your thoughts daily. Even 5 minutes a day of quiet, gratitude, or reflection can shift your mind. And when your mind shifts, your life shifts. Chapter 18. Energy is everything. What makes a person unstoppable? Is it their skills, their knowledge, their looks? No. The answer is simple. Energy. Energy drives your focus. It powers your work. It moves your body. It fuels your dreams. Without energy, even the smartest person can fail. With energy, even the most average person can rise. That's why energy is everything. Let's explore how to protect it, grow it, and master it. Energy is your most valuable asset. You only get so much energy each day, and how you use it decides how far you go. Think about it. If your phone is at 20% battery, do you keep watching videos and playing games? No, you save the power. You turn off apps. You charge it. But when it comes to your own energy, most people don't protect it. They waste it on drama. They give it to people who drain them. They spend it on tasks that don't matter. And then they wonder, why am I tired all the time? Why can't I stay consistent? Why does life feel so heavy? Because your energy is leaking. Time to fix that. The 3 kinds of energy. You don't just have one type of energy. You have 3. Each one matters. Physical energy. This is your body's fuel. It comes from sleep, food, movement, hydration. When your physical energy is low, you feel tired, weak, heavy. 2. Mental energy. This powers your focus and thinking. It comes from silence, clarity, reading, planning. When your mental energy is low, you feel foggy, distracted, forgetful. Emotional energy. This fuels your attitude and emotions. It comes from peace, purpose, relationships, joy. When emotional energy is low, you feel moody, sad, or angry for no reason. All 3 are connected. If one drops, the others feel it. That's why managing energy is about your whole life, not just one part. How to protect your energy? Let's start with protection. Because before you grow your energy, you need to stop losing it. Protect it from people. Some people lift you. Some drain you. Learn to tell the difference. You don't have to cut everyone off, but you can set boundary. Say no without guilt. Limit time with negative people. Choose your circle with care. You don't owe everyone your energy. You owe it to your future. Protect it from distraction. Every time you switch tasks, you lose energy. Scrolling endlessly, multitasking, constant notifications. Turn off what doesn't serve you. Protect your focus like treasure. Protect it from overthinking. Worry steals energy. So does regret. So does trying to control everything. Practice saying, I let go of what I can't control. I choose peace in my mind. Control gives you power, but letting go gives you energy. How to increase physical energy? You don't need more coffee. You need better habits. 1. Sleep deeply. No phone in bed. Dark room. Same bedtime daily. 7-9 hours. No excuses. Good sleep, strong days. 2. Move daily. You don't have to hit the gym hard. Walk, stretch, dance, do push-ups. Movement creates energy. Even 10 minutes can shift your mood. 3. Eat for fuel. Food is not just comfort. It's energy. More water, fruits, vegetables. Less junk, sugar, chemicals. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be mindful. Feed your body like you love it, because it powers your mission. How to boost mental energy? Your brain is not built to handle noise 24/7. Give it space to breathe. 1. Clear your mind. Write things down. Make lists. And then don't carry everything in your head. Mental clutter is exhausting. Free your brain to focus. 2. Set daily intentions. Start your day with a plan. Not a to-do list, just one focus. Ask, what's the most important thing today? That one question can save you hours of wasted energy. 3. Take mental breaks. Walk without your phone. Sit in silence. Close your eyes for 5 minutes. These short resets refill your brain's battery. How to strengthen emotional energy? Your emotions run your world, but most people let the world run their emotions. Let's flip that. 1. Practice gratitude. What you focus on grows. Every day, name 3 things you're thankful for, big or small. This rewires your mind to see what's right instead of what's wrong. And that changes everything. 2. Choose joy on purpose. Joy isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. Listen to music. Talk to a friend. Do something silly. Laugh out loud. These small acts can shift your whole mood. 3. Let go of what drains you. Bitterness, jealousy, old wounds. They all cost energy. You don't have to forget, but you can release. Say, I deserve peace more than I deserve revenge. I choose to grow, not stay stuck. That's emotional strength. Energy and purpose are connected. Nothing drains your energy, like living a life that doesn't match your values. If your work, routine, or choices don't feel meaningful, your energy will slowly die. Ask yourself, am I doing what matters to me? Am I growing towards something I care about? Am I living for me or to please others? You don't need to quit your job tomorrow, but you do need to start living with purpose. Even a small step toward your true path can recharge your soul. Your energy influences others. Ever walk into a room and feel someone's mood instantly? That's energy. When your energy is strong, you lift people just by being around. When it's weak, you bring others down without meaning to. This isn't pressure, it's power. You don't need to be perfect, but your energy speaks louder than your words. So guard it, fuel it, share it wisely. Chapter 19. Win the day, every day. Everyone wants to win in life, but the truth is, you win your life by winning your days. Big dreams are built on small daily victories. Success is not made in a year. It's made in moments. Moments of choice. Moments of effort. Moments of self-control. If you want to change your life, you don't need a perfect plan. You need to win the day. Let's break down how. Why the day matters more than the dream. Dreams are big. They inspire us, but they can also feel far away. I want to be fit. I want to be rich. I want to be confident. Great goals, but too far to touch today. The solution? Shrink the focus. From years to days, from days to this day, we ask, what can I do today to move closer? What would winning look like today? Because life doesn't change someday. It changes this day. Start with a morning win. Your morning sets the tone for your whole day. Win the morning and you build momentum early. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be intentional. Here's a simple morning win routine. Wake up without hitting snooze. Drink water right away. Move your body. Stretch or walk. Set one clear goal for the day. Say something positive to yourself. That's it. 5 simple wins. 5 ways to tell your brain, I'm in charge today. Start strong, then ride that strength. Plan your day like a winner. Don't leave your day to chance. Winners plan. Losers react. Before your day begins, ask, what are my top 3 tasks today? What can I eliminate that drains me? When will I rest and recharge? Keep it simple. Don't plan every second. Just protect your energy and your focus. Clarity creates power. A confused mind wastes energy. A clear mind gets things done. Use the power of one thing. You don't need to do 10 things well. You need to do one thing right. Pick your one thing each day. If today is for health, focus on your workout. If today is for creativity, finish that project. If today is for learning, dive deep. Ask, if I only do one thing today, what would make this day feel like a win? Then make sure that one thing gets done. Everything else is extra. Don't let small losses ruin the day. You don't have to be perfect to win the day. You just have to keep going. If you miss a workout, breathe. If you lose your temper, breathe. If you mess up, breathe. One bad moment doesn't make a bad day. Reset, refocus, restart. Winners fall too. They just get back up faster. Use time blocks, not to-do lists. To-do lists are long. They create pressure. You check off 7 things and still feel behind. Time blocks create focus. Try this. 9:11 a.m. Deep work. 11:30 a.m. Break and walk. 1:02 p.m. Creative task. 4 hours 5 a.m. Light admin. This gives your mind a rhythm. It removes the stress of choice. When the clock says it's time, you act. Not because you feel like it, but because you decided. Fuel yourself like a champion. What you eat, drink, and consume shapes how your day goes. Eat light and clean to stay sharp. Drink water to stay clear. Avoid sugar crashes and energy spikes. Keep snacks that help you focus. Also, watch what you feed your mind. Avoid news and social media first thing. Start the day with learning, not noise. Winners guard their input. They protect their focus, and that gives them an edge. Track small wins. Winners track. Losers guess. Every evening, take 2 minutes to review. What did I win today? What drained me today? What can I improve tomorrow? You don't need a journal full of pages. Just 3 honest answers. This gives you awareness, and awareness builds mastery. Build your win streak. Winning 1 day feels good. Winning 2 in a row builds momentum. Winning a week, that changes your confidence. Track your streak. Use a wall calendar, a whiteboard, an app. Every win day gets a check mark. Miss one, don't break the chain again. Soon, the habit becomes who you are. You stop asking, will I win today? You start saying, this is just what I do. Design an evening routine that restores you. Winners don't just grind, they recover. A good evening is how you protect tomorrow's energy. Here's a basic night reset. Turn off screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Reflect on your top 3 wins of the day. Set your one thing for tomorrow. Do something calming. Read, pray, stretch. Get to sleep at the same time each night. Good sleep, good decisions. Rest is not a reward. It's part of the process. What a win day looks like. You don't need to conquer the world. You just need to move forward with intention. A win day might look like 1 strong workout, focused work session, 1 deep conversation, 1 kind act, 1 moment of gratitude, small step toward a big goal. That's how you build a great life. Not by doing it all, but by doing the right things consistently. Chapter 20. The truth about success. Everyone wants success, but few understand what it really means. People think success is about being famous, or having a big house, or driving the best car, or making millions. But that's not the truth. Success is not what you have. It's who you become. It's not what people see. It's how you feel when you're alone. It's not about reaching some big mountain. It's about climbing every day, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Let's talk about the real truth. Success is an inside job. You can win outside and still feel lost inside. You can have money and still be miserable. You can look happy on social media and still cry at night. That's because success doesn't start in the bank. It starts in the heart. Success is when you keep your promises to yourself. You live with purpose. You grow through pain. You help others without losing yourself. You sleep at night with peace in your chest. If you have that, you're already winning. Success is a daily decision. It's not one big leap. It's not one lucky break. It's small choices. It's daily effort. It's showing up when no one claps. It's building even when no one believes. Every day you're making a decision. Am I going to grow today? Am I going to stay true to my vision? Am I going to give my best even when it's hard? That's real success. You can't control everything, but you can control your decision to show up. Success is not a straight line. No one gets it right every time. No one rises without falling. No one grows without breaking. Success is messy. It's full of failure. It's full of rejection. It's full of nights when you want to quit. But every time you rise again, you get stronger. You get wiser. You get closer. So don't fear the detours. Don't fear the delays. They're part of the process. Success isn't found at the top. It's built along the way. Success means mastering yourself. Before you master the world, you have to master your mind, your time, your emotions, your habits. The truth is, if you can't control your mind, the world will do it for you. If you can't manage your energy, you'll burn out. If you can't stay focused, your dream will fade. If you don't respect yourself, others won't either. Success is not about control over others. It's about control over you. Success looks different for everyone. Don't chase someone else's dream. Your version of success might be living in peace, raising strong kids, starting a business, becoming healthy, writing a book, helping your community, traveling the world, building something from nothing. And all of that is valid. Don't let the world shame you for dreaming big or for dreaming simple. Success is not one size fits all. It's not loud or flashy for everyone. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's invisible to others. But you'll know when you're living it. You don't have to have it all together. Here's the truth. Nobody has it all figured out. Nobody wakes up with perfect clarity every day. Nobody goes through life without fear or doubt. The people you admire, they just kept going anyway. They were scared, but showed up. They failed, but tried again. They were tired, but didn't quit. That's what made them successful. Not perfection, persistence. Success takes time. The world moves fast. Social media shows people winning every day, so it's easy to feel behind. But real success is not a race. It's a journey. Trees don't grow overnight. Mountains take time to climb. Strong minds take years to build. So stop rushing. Stop comparing. Stop judging your chapter 1 against someone else's. Chapter 20. Your timing is yours. Trust it. Success leaves clues. Want to succeed faster? Study people who've done it. Read books. Watch interviews. And listen to podcasts. Ask questions. Don't copy them. Learn from them. What are their habits? How do they think? How do they respond to failure? What do they avoid? What do they focus on? Success leaves patterns. Follow the clues. Then build your own version. Success requires discipline and patience. Success is not sexy. It's not always fun. It's often boring. It's filled with long hours, unseen effort, and small wins. But it's worth it. Every time you show up when it's hard, you're growing roots. Every time you stay focused when no one is watching, you're building muscle. Every time you make a little progress, you're building your future. Discipline, patience, power. Success is serving others. True success is not selfish. It's not just about how far you go, but how many you help along the way. Help others rise. Share what you learn. Speak life into people. Be the example you wish you had. And success becomes deeper when it's not just about you. You rise higher to when you lift others too. Final words. Your success starts now. Success is not in the future. It's not waiting for you someday. It's not hiding behind luck or a miracle. It's right here, in your daily habits, in your small decisions, in your commitment to your goals, in your belief in yourself. So what now? Now, you take the lessons in this book, and you apply them. You stay consistent. You protect your energy. You control your thoughts. You build discipline. You build self-respect. You rise when it's hard. You win the day. You focus on you until you win. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are building. You are on your way. Your success is already inside you. Now it's your job to bring it to life. Let this chapter be the reminder. You've got this. You're ready. And your best chapter hasn't even been written yet.